They know too. They know too that the jig's up, that this is healing, and it's just they have to figure out how to make it legal in your country. So your call to action should be to get involved in making that happen. Or if you don't know what to do, just bring the tea to the lawyers who are working on the draft, or to the 420 clubs. I always say we started our business on 5,000 Facebook friends. When I decided to be Sister Adan, I first blocked my whole family on social media. And then I accepted friends requests from anybody until they showed their ass, and then I blocked them. Somebody else, come on. And I always say that it was the 420 clubs around the planet, the 420 circles, formal or informal, that made us. And now here we are on the cusp of things changing everywhere, because they can't hide science anymore. They've got people flying to Canada to get their children their medicine. They've got people moving to California and Colorado to get their children the medicine. The children is what is going to be the thing we all need to focus on. Because I've sat before officials who say to me, what about the children? And I say, what about the children? They use the children as a reason to keep the cannabis plant illegal. And I say, what about the children? I told the mayor of our town, your children are going to be putting it in your grandchildren's cereal in the morning to make sure that they don't get autism or ADD, and he laughed at me. And I don't care, by the way, get used to being laughed at. Because there's a whole, we tend to hang together. We're like a bunch of geese that hang together. Stoners hang with stoners. Sometimes we capture someone from the normie world and suck them in. But typically and so our view is a little bit myopic, and we don't really understand that there's billions of people still on the planet who don't get it, who don't know, who've been deprived of the information. So we still, no matter what progress we're making now here in our little world, it's going to be a lifetime activism thing. But no longer can they deny it, and science is supporting it. So Matt just wanted me, so my call to action to you all is to know your 420s, know your local 420 people, show up at city council meetings, make a pain in the ass of yourself. Go in there smelling like weed, because what I tell them is their cow shit and pig shit from their foster farms smells a lot worse than our cannabis. And in fact, if we were growing cannabis and hemp everywhere, we could clean up the air where we have air problems from having too many dairy and cow farms and stuff. So be bold, show up everywhere and be an annoying. Your time has come. You don't need to hide it anymore, obviously. Now Matt particularly wanted me to do my bad shit crazy spiel. And part of this is also advice to anybody who's starting to find another way, is that compassion is compassion. And it's good for us to be compassionate, but be ready to put the friends and the people you meet and the people you reach into either into the category of they need the CBD, or they can help me grow this mission with the plant, or the cannabis plant in general. Because you'll all probably have the opportunity also to work in the THC business, because that's going to come right on the heels of the changing the laws with CBD. There are a lot of crazy people on the planet, and they don't know they're crazy. And they're going to come and try to help you, and they're going to slow your walk. And so my advice is, which Claire was very instrumental in helping me get clear, and you're on a compassionate mission, and you're trying to help everyone. You're trying to create jobs for people, and you're trying to reduce their suffering. But if you are trying to grow a business, which is part of our model, which we want everybody to do, because again, we can't stand around and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. The women have to own shit. They have to own businesses. They have to own boats. They have to own stadiums. They have to own whatever they can own, so that we can get to be the majority in offices, and we can change the planet and make it a better place for everybody. So you're going to run into a lot of crazy. So I told Matt that it's not fair for me to talk about my sisters like that. It's not nice. So I made this short little list. And I think that you're all smart people, so you'll get it. I won't have to say more than the list, and it'll paint a picture. These are the ones who've come and left. Sister Mary, Nazi vegan. Sister Mary fucks a lot. Sister Mary got in the oxy. Sister Mary, may I sleep with your son? Oh. Sister Mary can't wake up. And Sister Mary can't shut up. I'm just making the point that if you're embarking on a new business mission, which many of you are in this industry, be discriminative. Don't put people in your boat that are gonna sink it. Make sure you're qualifying them. Make sure they work with you for a while. They won't be able to hide their crazy for more than a week, I'm telling you. So try people out before you buy them, because you're really on a sacred mission. You're really on a holy call. It really is, and you have to take it seriously, because making a false step in that direction can stop you from helping a lot of people. It can stop you from creating jobs, and you have to be serious about what you're doing, and you have to be consequential to the people who are getting in your way. And that's my last word on this.
Can I just ask one thing?
Yes.
So it's all based in California. Forgive me for asking.
No, actually, right now, we have our starter farm in California, and that's what we call it, our starter farm.
Okay.
So we have about 8 of us working on that farm. But Sister Claire has about 6 in Canada, and they're working hard with multiple licensed providers, which will also open the door in a different way, because we would like to be offering basically cigarettes to help people get off of cigarettes.
Okay.
CBD, THC joints that are under 1%, and Canada provides a playground for us to do that stuff in a legal environment. So we've got those 6. We have our first sister of Humboldt County and our first sister of LA, our first sister of Brazil and New Zealand, Brother Matt here in the UK. So we're starting. They're having to do it alone, like I had to do it alone for my first year.
Okay.
Just because we're not gonna let anybody walk in and put on the uniform. We have to work together, where there's none in a box kit, and there never will be. It's gonna be a matter of qualified people who become sisters and brothers, to then become our first tier for choosing more that come. And they're gonna make mistakes. I just read you my mistake list, but we'll do it together. Any questions? Anything you guys want to add? We're lousy vegans. Just don't.
You wear the uniform all the time.
We wear blue jean skirts and white blouses are one of our day-to-day uniforms, with the veil like laying on the desk in case someone rings the doorbell. And then we also have scrubs that we wear, which hospital scrubs we all tend to like on the farm, just because they have lots of pockets for a joint. Whatever, a lighter.
Do you do apprenticeships?
Pardon?
Do you do apprenticeships?
We do apprenticeships. Not yet. We haven't formalized anything, but we're doing it in kind of informal ways as we practice. We need more people. Sister Claire's always saying bandwidth. And growing is an interesting challenge, and we're cautious. I think we're a little space constrained where I am at the farm. Yes, for rooms.
So you have kind of like maybe an entry level, a bit more weird.
We've had a lot of visitors from overseas, mainly because I always say if they have to go through customs, they can't steal anything. So to us, it's safer to let people come from far away, because there's no way they can steal from us. So we're really nicer to strangers than we are to But we are space constrained on the farm, and we're looking at expansion there so that we have more housing, so we can host more people. So we can do some formal workshops. What I'd like to do is I found a building, Claire, plug your ears. Plug your ears, Claire. There's a building for sale on Venice Beach. It's an $11 million building. It has a $32,000 a month mortgage. It's so obscene, I can't believe it, but it's got 2 stores on Venice Beach. The beach area where it sits was native land once, and they did ritual ceremonies, so I see new moons and full moons ceremonies on Venice Beach. In the building above the 2 storefronts, it's got 10 one-bedroom apartments that have been completely refurbished and looked over the ocean. So I keep seeing that we could be selling our product on the main store, we could have offices, we could even be making it upstairs, and we could have brothers and sisters occupying there, and then we put in a Hollywood filmmaker, and we just make it
Yeah,
reality
right.
TV. It's awesome. It's self-funded. So yeah, I think that,
Justin, raise your hand.
well, and that would be the fun of it too, to bring in some people from overseas to mix it up with the local Americans and give reality TV what they like is drama. But I'm not about doing that stuff because I feel like our number one mission is to create jobs. And at the risk of being called a media whore, I don't care, because our job is to get the word out. And you should be using the media, should absolutely be using the media, because every old person needs to hear that this will help them and they can get off their pills. Every person who's got kids
Yes.
suffering with an addiction
Yeah.
should know about this. Anybody who's trying to get off an addiction should know about this. So it is really a holy calling, and we should use every tool in our toolbox. And I think our ancient mothers would approve of reality TV if it got us the place I'm better.
I'll be leading a prayer service for
Questions? How do you get involved with the one with Brother Matt in the UK?
He came to visit our farm.
So how do we get involved with Brother Matt here? How do we get the farm? Introduce you to Brother Matt.
Yeah,
Well, I'll meet you for coffee next
Yeah.
week, I'll discuss.
send me an email, we can arrange to
Yeah.
meet.
Okay.
Matt, did you come just to visit, or did you come inquiring about work and that, or did you just come?
No, Kate just said, yeah, come to
I
California.
said, get away from those Catholics, Robin, and come hang with the weed guns.
Yeah.
How
And then
far,
we can
how
be
far
there.
are you from Florida?
Pardon?
How far are you from Florida?
From Florida? Oh, way across the country.
The other,
Yeah, the other side.
5 hours, 6 hours?
No, I think about 4 hours maybe.
Where?
Flying from Florida to California.
Oh, flying. Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
A 5-hour
5
flight.
hours?
Flight, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll be over on business, so.
Okay, so then I'll just wrap it. No more questions? I'll just wrap this up. We're still gonna mingle around. If we'll be around to
I
talk
want
to
to know
you.
how many acres you've got. and how
1
many
acre.
farms you produce.
1 acre.
How much, how
One
much
acre.
do you?
We outgrew our ability to grow our own a long time ago. So it's an interesting question because we're shipping it in from Colorado and from Oregon, and where in the early days, we spent $400 a pound for the CBD cannabis. Now we just take the whole plant, hang it up, dry it, strip out the main stock, dry it, send it through a chipper, and then bag it up and ship it to us. And it comes in, because they mix it really well, it comes in at, we tested 10%, under 1%. So we grow enough on our farm, because believe it or not, it's illegal to grow on our farm. And they haven't given us a conditional use permit. They won't shut us down, but they won't permit us. So technically, we're only allowed to grow 6 plants. Ask me how many we're growing right now. 36. So, and everybody knows on the farm that if they come to rip them, just get out your camera and stand back
And film
and
them.
take pictures. We'll figure out a way to make that work for us. But, no, it's illegal, so we're just kind of pushing up against that. But we're on a 1 acre farm with 2 very small houses. And one we make our medicine in and do our shipping, and one of them we eat in and hang out in and live in.
How many square meters are you doing per plant? Are you doing like a 1 square meter per plant, or are you doing like?
If you put 4 of these tables together,
Yeah.
then in a circle, that's one of our plants.
I worked in Seattle, with a dispensary over there, and they have licenses now, and they're saying that right now, they're not allowed to have X amount of plants if it grows over 20 grams. Is that the same in California?
Yes, except that what's going on in California is California has these THC rules. And they don't have any rules for hemp, so we're not growing any THC on our farm. We're all hemp, so we just ignore them. We ignore all their rules, and that's what we want women to do around the world. We need to all stand up and say, look, you don't get to say for 100 years that this plant is illegal and dangerous because it gets you high. And now we have a version that doesn't get you high, and you want to regulate the shit out of that? No, These are dandelions.
Yeah.
And I am going to pay taxes like I'm making dandelions. And I'm gonna grow them like I'm making dandelions. So the reason we have 36, normally I don't poke the police. It's not like a good thing to do, especially the sheriff's department. But we had a rapper from New York and a female vocalist from LA that wanted to do, they didn't even know each other, but they knew of the Sisters of the Valley. They wanted to come to our wheat farm and together do a music video on our wheat farm. And I told them this, we were planning it last in January, February, and I said, they said, do you have any pot plants you're growing? And I said, no, we're not really, we're kind of doing a lot of importing just because of the laws. In fact, it used to be that you could have 12, and then like January 1st of this year, they went the other way and said 6. I always say we're much loved internationally and much hated locally. They'll do what they can to choke us off. So the Hollywood people said, the producers said, we'll bring up truckloads of fake pot plants. And I said, oh, no, you will not. I said, this land used to be Mexico, and we have Mexican growers. So we're gonna grow them. And then, so we didn't know, and then I let the word leak to the law enforcement that Hollywood was coming in. They're such whores. They're like, oh, Hollywood. Okay, it's Hollywood. And they let us have them, and they're still standing. So this is the first time we've ever had 36 plants, and it's because of the music video between Ali and Nesta.
Well done.
Yeah. If it makes it. I mean, they could be ripping them out right now, but we don't want to fight with the police. So that everybody on our farm knows that if the cops come and start ripping, you get out of their way, stand back, and take lots of pictures. It takes lots of pictures. And you might ask them, you know, if they have anybody in their family that's got an addiction problem or might be suffering, because we'd much rather have them take the medicine home with them than send it to a trash can. So anyway, you guys have been lovely, wonderful, wonderful, but I think we should wrap this up. It's getting late. Yes, do you have anything you want to say about it?